What's up, pineapples? Okay, so I wasn't even gonna film this video, but I figured let's do it because plans have changed. I was gonna film, well, I'm still gonna do it, but I want to deep clean my fridge, but I thought I want to get ready. So I had a nail appointment. I ended up getting to my nail shop. I live in Orange County, so a lot of things are open. You can still eat inside. It's not like full capacity, obviously. And I already went to go get my nails done a week and a half ago, I believe, and I had the best time. I felt so relaxing, and it was super safe. Partitions, everything, they limited the amount of people, but that was during the weekday, and she was super strict, like how many, because even Glenn had to wait like about 20 minutes or so before he could come in, which I did not mind at all. He didn't mind at all. We're all about being safe, more safe than sorry. But for some reason, I've never made an appointment during the weekend. Let me show you my nails. Look how much they grew out. And I think it's because my nails are so healthy and I haven't got my nails done in all these months during quarantine. And I think it is Valentine's Day because someone said, oh my gosh, I haven't got my nails done since Valentine's Day. And I really thought about it. And I thought, yeah, I think that's the last time I did it too. So yeah, it was crowded in there. And the owner's very sweet, and I told her, you know what, like, she took my temp, you have to sign a waiver and all of that, and read through the questions, and I stepped outside, and I was kind of looking, and I was like, it's a little crowded for me, so I just went inside. I told her, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna reschedule because it's a little crowded for me, and I was trying to, like, whisper because I don't want to make like a whole scene. And there was one girl like sitting in the corner. I think she heard me because then she like immediately looked at me and like gave me like a look like, oh God. I'm just like, damn, like there's no need because you're getting your nails done. I'm not stopping you. You do you. So I started preparing to get this video, you know, my whole setup, and I got my happy ass a pumpkin cold brew latte. Pumpkin cold brew? Just a pumpkin cold brew. So good. Accidentally left in the car, and it's been so hot out here. It's like you can't even get in the fall weather, so that's why it looks like a little melted. Well, yeah, it melted. So good, not too sweet, and the one pumpkin drink I like from Starbucks. So let's get into it. Get ready. I've been wanting to film this video for such a long time, and it's on, I'm going to be using my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I haven't used this in such a long time. This is the shade Brunette. And I've been wanting to film this video, and it's on my list of stuff that I want to film because I want to film things that are fun for me. And I figured obviously you guys will enjoy it too. And I wanted to film a video where I get ready, obviously right now, and you probably already know by the title, and just talking about some of like my most embarrassing moments. I know I've had way more embarrassing moments just knowing me because it's almost like things don't surprise me when they happen to me. But there are a couple times that that I wrote down in my phone on my notes that make me laugh like all the time because I just always remember there's those moments. This is a little warm for me. Also, I plan on getting my hair done, and in my smoky eye video, if you guys haven't seen that, the way I parted my hair looks very dark. Like it's dark on top because it grew out. But when you get to this area, like, I don't know, it all depends like how I part my hair. This is like a very casual video, you guys. I do have still a lot of light ends, see? And when I curl it, the light ends really come out. So my hair isn't completely dark. And a lot of you were saying, no, keep the dark hair, like we like it. And you guys, I wanted to do like a warm brown instead of it being so dark right here. More just like a medium brown, because from afar, doesn't it look like it's black? I feel like I want medium, and then I kind of want to just keep like caramel tones because I still like some blonde. And Glenn likes light hair. He said it. He's like, I met you with light hair. He goes, he really likes light hair on me. And I personally like it too. And my mom likes it. It's like no one likes dark hair on me, and I want to get used to it, and I think it looks okay, but I don't know. I'm going to keep it kind of like in the middle. It's going to be like a medium tone type of deal. I don't know what I'm going to get because I had ideas, and I already sent her pictures because I asked my hairstylist if I could film in her salon, and she said yeah. And it's very easy to film in there because now she parted off from the salon I was going to. And now she's on her own and she's renting one of those Sola salon studios. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's like, know what it is. It's basically a whole building we can rent out little spots, and they have like waxing and threading and makeup artists there. Just like everybody has their own little personal business. Other hairstylists, tanning and all of that. You name it, barbers. And so it's basically just your own little rental space so you can get your business going on for yourself, so you don't have to be part of an actual salon. And they have sinks in the area, in the room, and all of that. So it's just her and I in a room. And yeah, I think it'll be really fun to kind of film that video, but I didn't want her to feel pressure, because I totally get it. Like, I feel like people take sometimes comments a little bit too far where it can hurt people's feelings, and I don't want her to feel pressure of like, oh my gosh, like social media, because social media isn't for everybody. She is on social media, but you know what I mean, like when you do the video and people might like say something that's unnecessary. Also, if you see this in my lip, I have a cold sore. It's only on day 4, and it's about to heal. It's like almost gone. This is like the fastest cold sore I've ever had, and I haven't had a cold sore in a long time. And that's why I was gonna like kind of wait to film this video too, and like any type of makeup video, but I was like, yeah, you know what? F it. People get cold sores, who cares? But yeah, so we're gonna film that video, so I'm excited. So I wanna talk about my most embarrassing moments, or like things that have happened to me. And I want to just start off with like one with Glenn and I. And if it's TMI, I'm sorry, but I'm going there. And it has to do with periods. I mean, come on now, we're all adults here. Or some of us claim we're adults, but we're really not. I'm like such a kid at heart, but I know when to be an adult. So, the very first time, like when I knew I was going to spend the night at Glenn's house when we first started dating, this isn't even like the main part of the story. I told Glenn, hey, I fart in my sleep. Like, I'm like just straight out. Like, I don't want any secrets. I don't want to scare him in the middle of the night. He's like, whoa, what was that? And I told him, I was like, just to let you know, I fart in my sleep. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. I'm just keeping it real. And he's like, okay, that's fine. Like, I fart in my sleep too. So I remember one of the first nights that I slept over, I literally remember waking myself up from farting, and it was like, bah, 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 bah. And Glenn said he woke up, and mind you, he's a heavy sleeper. And they don't stink, they're just like pops. And he said, whoa, what the heck? He's like, I thought I was like back in war, because Glenn's a vet, you guys. So he served 3 tours. And he says, I thought I was back in war. And I was like, shut up. And he said like in the middle of the night that he could hear me wake up like, huh? What was that? Like pretending. I was like, no, I did not. Well, anyhow, that's like the beginning of we're getting to the story. It's all about spending the night. So, I mean, I personally didn't care, because I'm not someone where I get embarrassed very easily, especially for like natural bodily functions. I mean, you can't help it. Like, I wasn't one where I was like scared to do like number 2. I mean, I kind of was, you know, I was like, all right, well, like, can you go in the other room when we first started dating? But I'm not really embarrassed. Like, I'm not the one that's like embarrassed to eat, or I have to be all, I don't know, like, I think you guys know. I'm very comfortable, let's just say that. But I'm not a slob, I'm a lady. I do have manners. But some things you just can't help. So, another time I spent the night and I was on my period. This is the one that was traumatic for me. And I got super, super embarrassed because I was on my period, and it was my first time on my period spending the night at his house. And I kept panicking like, oh my gosh, I'm like on day 1. This is like when it's super, super heavy. It's the beginning of the weekend. Like, okay, I'm just going to spend the night. I'm sure it'll be fine. Just take precautions, bring panty liners. I wear tampons, but I was like, okay, we're going to need the Big Bambino, the Super Plus this weekend for sure. Make sure you got enough on deck. LA Girl came out with these palettes, and I think they honestly look so stunning. Well, I think all of them. I love this plum one. I love this one right here. This one's called Playmate. There's been like so much good makeup coming out from like affordable brands. I really haven't been that interested in too many like high-end brands. But the Sephora, what do you call it? The holiday sets launched. And I already have a couple in my cart, because this is when I take advantage of things that I know I use. Like shampoos, some skincare, stuff like that. Buy the gift sets for myself, which is not bad, because I'm going to have to buy the shampoo and skincare and all that anyhow. And Sometimes the packaging. This one's called Foreplay. This one is called Playmate. I love both of these. Ooh, yes. Ooh, here's a good one for fall and very smoky. Go check out my smoky eye, you guys. Wow, this is beautiful. This one's called Downplay. Right here. And then this one is called Playtime. I love the palettes. I love the metallic. They feel really nice. What was I saying? So going back to the story, I was so worried because my period was so heavy. And so obviously night comes and I'm thinking, okay, make sure you change your tampon. Fluffy brush from Sigma. And I'm going to start off with this shade right here. And I kind of like that there's no shade names. Like, do we really need them now? Before I used to like names. Now I'm kind of like not caring. I guess it's just all the slips I've lost within all the palettes. I'm just like, oh, well, the hell with that. So the time came where I was like, okay, make sure you change your tampon before you go to bed. And try to wake up in the middle of the night because I'm one where when it's day one, you guys know, like flow does not play. Wha-bam, a river. Okay, it's just gonna keep flowing. So I thought, okay, make sure that you wake up in the middle of the night. And I usually do, like, you know, when your body just knows, or your internal clock, or just something about your like period where you're like, oh, I gotta wake up, I gotta change my tampon. You know, you just know it. That's how I felt like I was gonna be. So I woke up in the morning and not like too late, but not too early, where it was like around 7 o'clock and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, time to switch it. So I get up. Oh, is that, hold on. I think it's that male guy. Hold on. Shoot, I don't have pants on. Hold on. You guys, I was like ready to go put on pants, like shorts. So if you guys saw my last Get Ready, I'm never going to tell you guys the story. If you guys saw my last Get Ready, I talked about the male guy who leaves the gates open. If you don't know, I'll put the video right here. Go watch it. But you guys, what's so funny is I got a suggestion saying, why didn't you just put a little sign? I bought a sign, which is so funny that you said that. But when I got it, I was like, what the hell? It's like this small. It's almost like, what does that even say? Like, shut up. If I were to see that, I'd be like, you know, like just ignore it. And I got it off Amazon. I thought it was bigger, but it came super small and I was cracking up. And I got that like 4 months ago or so. And I haven't seen him since. And he came and I didn't even hear the ring or anything. I guess I wasn't paying attention. And both our gates were open. I was like, no, I didn't get to tell him. I want to tell him. It's not like I'm scared or anything because I saw someone's comment. It kind of cracked me up as like, oh my gosh, is California that bad where you can't even ask your mail guy to close your gates? I'm telling you, people take to a whole nother level. I did respond saying like Orange County is more mellow and I totally see it and you guys can disagree with me or not, but now that living in OC, it is definitely different. But I don't think he'll get upset. I think he just needs to be told because yeah. But okay, back to the story. So sorry. Which one do I want? One is like sparkly right here, this bottom one. And this one is like lighter in tone, but it's a metallic. So I don't want sparkly or metallic. No, I want metallic. So I'm going to go for the top shade first. Wow, that's like super, super duper soft. It's almost like a cream. Yeah, just as eyeshadow. It doesn't say any creams, but that's how they feel, creamy. This is like the new vegan brush from Sigma, and I have a brush I want to show you today. Oh my gosh, I'll get to it in a second. It just came yesterday. So I wake up, I'm like, oh my gosh, and I get up out of bed so quick, and I get up and I look, and I was like, and I legit freaked out. It was almost like, oh my gosh, let me just crawl into a freaking corner and just shrivel. Like, I was so embarrassed because I freaking had blood everywhere. Everywhere. It was probably like the worst accident I've ever had in my freaking life. Like, ever. You know when you just have your accidents with your period? This was the worst one, and I'm thinking, why? Why here? And why now? Like, this is not cool. I got up. It's not even like super late. It's 7 in the morning. I thought I was okay. So immediately I just start bawling because I'm so embarrassed that I don't even know what to say. I'm talking about a spot like this, you guys. Not something that's like small. I'm talking about like, it was big. And I immediately just start crying. And Glenn is like, he turned around, he's like, huh? I'm like, well, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Like, all nice. And I'm like, I had my period on your bed. I'm so sorry. It's all over your sheets and it probably went through your mattress. And he looks, he's like, it's okay, it's okay. And he like gets up, grabs a towel, just places it over and pats it. He's like, go, don't you have to go use the bathroom? I was like, yeah, hold on, I'll be right back. Cause like, obviously my underwear is now destroyed too. So, yeah, I don't know if I just toss and turn so wild. So he places a towel over and then I come back and Glenn is knocked out. And I'm just like, Glenn, like trying to wake him up. He's like, what? I was like, we have to wash our sheets though, like get it. He's like, oh, it's okay. We can just do that later. I'm sleepy. I'm like, what the heck? Like, he didn't even care, like, at all. And I'm like, no, I could not go back to sleep. I was like, no, we have to get this off now. I was like, we can't let it, like, stain or whatever. So he didn't even care. Like, he didn't even want to get up and freaking do it. So I'm going to take this shade right here. And then we take off the sheets. I help him bring them down to his washer and dryer. And then immediately just like knocks out, like he doesn't care about the mattress or anything. And I'm like up trying to like pat the mattress and you know, you don't want it to like stain and all of that. I'm like, oh, wow, I completely destroyed this whole section. Guess I claimed it. Then when he finally wakes up, like, still mortified, and he said that it's okay, it's fine. I was like, no, like this is so embarrassing. Like it's such a big spot. He said, honestly, he's like, it doesn't even gross me out or anything or bother me. I was like, why? And then he explained to me, he's like, being in war and not being able to shower for days. And he said, taking a shit in the most random places and grabbing items just to wipe yourself. He's like, nothing will ever faze me at all. And I was kind of like, kind of got a point. Like, you know, he went through something that was pretty big, you know, and something that not everybody just goes through. That's for damn sure. So I felt better, but I still, to this day, we still talk about the story. I didn't tap off. It like fell on my nose. And he still like laughs about it because he imitates me. How I was like so mortified, like crying at the end of the bed. Especially when it happens for the first time and you just started spending the night. Like, come on now. And it's not even like a little, it's a wobble. That was the first embarrassing story. I'm going to take this brown right here and just smoke it out on the sides. What I did was I kind of took the metallic and brought it to the upper crease and just blew it out a little. We always talk about that first blood fest that I had. Have you guys ever done that at your boyfriend's house or with your husband, or you just still get mortified? Let me know down below, because I feel like I've never heard other girls' period stories. Maybe it went through like your clothes. I've seen a girl where she had her period going through her clothes at the mall, and I had to grab her and I had to whisper. I was like, you just got your period. I just want to let you know. Like, I've done that before, because you can't just let that girl just walk throughout the mall with her period. And it was, yeah, it was bad. I think I've told another girl. I think I've told probably like one more girl. But if you guys ever see something, like, don't like just laugh and point and just say, oh my gosh, like freak out. Just tell her, because wouldn't you want to know? Or do you want to just like bleed out at the store? Like, I don't know. For me personally, I wouldn't just want to be chilling with just blood on my butt. I haven't done my primer. You guys, I've been obsessed, and I wish I wasn't obsessed with the Tatcha liquid canvas. I loved the solid one, so I wasn't sure if I was gonna like the liquid, and I do. I actually prefer it, because then in the solid you have to stick your fingers in, and I don't really like doing that. And especially with nails and stuff, I don't like getting makeup underneath my nails. That's like one of my things. So I always keep one of those nail scrubbers right by the sink. Little tips. Essence Super Precise Eyeliner, so freaking good. Ulta had a sale, and I was showing it like one of my favorites. It was like June or July. When I looked it up, it was on sale for only, I believe this is $4.99, but it was on sale for like $3.49, you know, when they randomly do the products like that. It's such a good liquid liner, and I thought I wouldn't like it because it's a brush tip, but it's actually very easy to use. On to my next embarrassing story. I don't know if I want to do the gas station one or the frozen yogurt one. Let me know. Have you tried your pumpkin drinks? Have you gotten cozy? I want to go to Dollar Tree, pick up some more decorations, because I have fall stuff, and I thought rude. I have fall stuff, but I thought I was already going to decorate, but It hasn't happened yet, but you know what? Just as long as it's all for October, I'll be like set, and maybe the first week of November. But I told Glenn, like, it's going down. First week November, no later than the beginning of the second week of November. Your girl's gonna freaking decorate for Christmas, because I feel like last year we had like so much going on, you guys know, and we really didn't get to enjoy like our Christmas decorations or anything, because by the time everything was up, and we finally got to like maybe enjoy 1 or 2 days of it and like admire, and we're like, all right, time to take it down. So we want to just like put it up earlier, look forward to things and stuff like that. Okay, on to my frozen yogurt story. There used to be this frozen yogurt place I would go to. I was craving frozen yogurt so bad. You have no idea. Actually, this isn't really that embarrassing, but maybe embarrassing for someone else, but I can laugh at it. And so I was like, ooh, I'm going to get all my favorite toppings. I can't wait. I just like the tart vanilla, the tart yogurt. And I like strawberries, blueberries, mochi, maybe like a little bit of like a chocolate crunch, like the one at Pinkberry, if you guys know Pinkberry. And pineapple, but I always have to have mochi with it. Like, I die if they don't have mochi. I get so sad. And I love lychee on it too, if you have a place that has it. So just wanted to let you know my frozen yogurt order. I go and get it, and you have no idea. I'm like literally on cloud 9. I can't wait to enjoy my cup. I get a large one, FYI. And I start walking to my car, and I'm like so excited that I guess I forget my surroundings, that I trip over one of the parking lot little, you know, bumps. You know, like when you park, you have like the little stump thing. I went over one, and then like I try to catch myself, so I hit a second. I went flying, like literally flying. And it's not a very easy fall for me, being 5'9". I fall pretty far, okay? It's a longer way down for us tall people. My yogurt literally flies like a movie, and I'm like, no. You know, and it's like flying out my hand, and you just see all the toppings separate. It's like, shit. And I go flying, and I land on literally my hands, black asphalt basically. My knees are dirty. My hands are dirty. I scrape myself, and my frozen yogurt is all over the parking lot. And I can laugh now, like I'm about to cry laugh. I can laugh now because I literally looked around, and I was like laughing about it, and no one was there to laugh with me. So I felt embarrassed about it. I was like, oh my gosh, how sad. And then someone saw me, and they're like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then I was like, oh man, I was more like sad about my frozen yogurt. And it was just so sad. Like I flew, and no one was even there to witness it. And I was all by myself. I ended up going back inside the store, and I was like, kind of dropped my frozen yogurt, you know, and then I got a new one. It was so nice because they didn't charge me. Yeah, that was just a moment where it was just like such slow-mo, and no one was even there. And then one person was like, are you okay? This one is probably my most embarrassing, like for sure embarrassing. Hold on, let me see what the other ones I wrote down. Oh yeah, that one's embarrassing too. Okay, maybe I'll leave this last one. Okay, I'm gonna leave my most embarrassing last. I've never had pepper spray ever, and Glenn's the one who got it for me. And it's the holiday season, and this was around the time where there was like a lot of videos and people saying be careful at Best Buy. People are waiting in parking lots and like stealing people's presents that they're buying. Just be aware. And so I went to Best Buy, and I was picking up Glenn a laptop, and a laptop is a pricey item, and that's what I wanted to get him. So for me, I thought, okay, maybe I should have my pepper spray just in case everybody's like freaking me out about all these stories and how like people come out of nowhere, you just never know. And I parked pretty far back, and I was like, oh, there's like no parking towards the front. You just have to be careful as a woman, period. And then I thought, okay, who knows? You just never know, and it sucks. You could be in a great area and it could happen there. You can be in a bad area. It may not happen, or it may happen. You just never know. You can be anywhere, the wrong place, wrong time, and you just don't want to be in that place or time, but it happens to you. I wanted to be careful, and I've never used pepper spray before, you guys, ever. Like until like Glenn got me some, I never had pepper spray. I never thought I needed it. I always thought, well, I'm 5'9", I'm thick. I feel like who's gonna battle me? But at the same time, you just never know. It doesn't matter because there's been stories of like girls that are taller than me or bigger than me and they end up getting kidnapped and all that. I'm like, okay, well, doesn't matter your shape, size, or whatever, or gender. You just have to be careful because males, also my mailman, not my mailman, but males, you guys have to be careful too. So, sorry, I feel like I'm like really pointing at you. I want you to know. Definitely Ardell's. I just don't know what style. They're just like very simple. And I'm like, okay, well, let me figure out how you really use it in case I need to use it. Let me figure it out. Cause like I've never sprayed it. I've never done anything. So my dumbass is in my car with the doors closed and the windows up, and I grab my pepper spray and I have the brilliant and genius idea to test it out in my car. Again, doors closed, windows up, not outside, and I'm thinking, well, where can I spray it? I'm like, oh, let me just spray it inside this bag really quick in my car, no big deal. So I grab it and I spray it, and yeah, it goes like inside the bag, but the fumes like go out and I'm like, and I start like coughing and I basically pepper sprayed myself. My eyes are watering. I'm choking. I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? And I feel like an idiot. The pepper spray came out like orange. I remember that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want it to like drip it on my carpets of my car. And I pepper sprayed myself. I was like choking, like my eyes. I had to open out my door. I'm like coughing like an idiot. All because I had the brilliant idea of, hey, let's use the pepper spray now and figure out how it works and how it sprays and where I put my finger because I'm so friggin' smart. I thought that was the stupidest, like how embarrassing is that story? Like you dumb. You dumb. Like I can't even believe, like who does that? Like why? And this is the kind of stuff where it's like, only me. Only me. Good news is that I got the laptop and I didn't have to use the pepper spray. I used it on myself before I walked in. Dummy. So ever since then I learned my lesson, and whenever I get like a new pepper spray, I test it out outside with ventilation, not an enclosed car. Went to Sephora because I need to pick up a lip mask, and then I wanted to try out a new hydrating, hydrating like tinted moisturizer. And my friend Christine, I'm super excited. Hopefully this matches me because I honestly just grabbed it. My friend Christine put this in her favorites video. I was like, oh my gosh, how random, because I just picked it up like 2 weeks ago. So I'm super excited because usually we like the same products, and this is what it looks like. Now I picked this when I was at my most brown biscuit. I'm pretty tan still, so I'm happy. I'm still using my darker foundations. Now we're going to be using, and what is this called? The Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. Just something like really nice and light. I'm not always about like full coverage. If anything, I like more of like a medium coverage with my skin still peeking through. You guys, look at this freaking F80. Now, I know there's proceeds that go to, I think, a cancer foundation. I saw something about the pink foundation or something, but definitely for a good cause, and I am all about it. And look, it's a super cute brush. Sigma has a 2-year warranty on their brushes, and someone said, no way, I had no idea. This thing is so damn pretty. I don't even want to use it. This is me in a brush. Like, I love this. Oh my gosh, it's like a holographic brush. Hold on, I gotta boomerang this before I destroy it for my Instagram because this is how cute it is. Hold on. The best flat top kabuki. I love it. I love Sigma quality. I always stand by them. If you guys ever want a coupon code, I have one. This is sealed. And what shade did I get? Medium tan honey, right? Medium tan honey. That's what the last shade I remember using in Tarte. I haven't used a Tarte complexion product since, it's been that long. But what was I saying? Oh, I have I think it's gonna match. I have a coupon code, whoop, WOOP, for a discount. Oh, this brush is so amazing. Okay, yeah, this is gonna match. this is gonna be okay. Man, this is really nice and light. I love that. I love products where you still feel like put together, but you're not like super cake faced and you feel like you can just breathe. That's what I want. Ugh. I've been wearing more makeup despite the whole like mask wearing situation. That's all I'm gonna use. You can still see, you know, my hyperpigmentation peeking through, but it's not a bad thing. And once I put concealer, my concealer usually ends up a little bit over here because I cover that area up and I'm good, but this feels super nice and lightweight. I want to try this concealer out, the Stay Naked. I remember loving it, but I really haven't just used it on its own. I've been really into my Too Faced concealer. So I want to try this one out again just to see how I feel about it. Now, this might be a little bit too light, but I think it'll be okay. And I put a little bit more than usual. I don't know why. Why did I do that? So I'm just going to take a sponge and just blend this out. Onto my embarrassing story, and this still haunts me till today. I've never been so freaking embarrassed. I had a reason though, like when it happened, and I'll explain it all. So I was headed, well, I just like left my mom's house and I was headed to my P.O. box. See, I just bring the concealer like down right there. I needed gas. I stopped by this gas station that I always stop at, and Glenn just finished getting off the phone with me, and this is when we found out like about his mom's cancer, and we got some really bad news, like how she had to have an emergency surgery. So for me, I took that so hard and I was so out of it, and this is why it happened, like totally because I was not in the right mindset. Get to the gas station, I pump gas and all of that. I go in, I grab like a coffee or whatever energy drink. I don't know what I picked out, one of the two. And then I come back, probably an energy drink. And I come back, I'm pumping the gas and all of that. I get in my car and I drive off because I'm done. And all of a sudden I hear boom. And I'm like, what the heck was that? I look on my side mirror. I'm like, I ripped the gas tank out. I ripped it out. I ripped the handle, the nozzle out of the gas station, like out of the whole thing. I've never done that before, so I panicked. And I literally thought, don't drive off. I'm sure this is like really bad if you drive off. Just go drive back. And there were some people there, but I don't think they saw it. And I was so embarrassed and freaking out because I was thinking, what happens if you yank it out? Like, can something bad really happen? So I'm going to set this with translucent powder. Just Laura Mercier. I'm sitting in my car and I'm like, how did you do that? But I was so panicked and I was so mortified. It took me like 3 minutes just sitting in my car to finally walk into the gas station to tell the attendant like, hi, I yanked out your pump. And I was there and the guy just finished talking to like one of the vendors who just like dropped off all these like drinks. And he's like, oh, how may I help you? And I'm like, kind of have a problem, and I'm like so red, and I'm so embarrassed that I don't even want to like cry that I did it. And he's like, yeah, what's up? I was like, I'm really embarrassed to say this. He goes, what's wrong? I was like, I pulled the pump out, like the nozzle. He's like, oh shit. He's like, all right. He goes, what pump number was it? And I was like, number 2. And he's like, all right. So he had to go outside and go look at it. And it was still in my car. So he takes it out of my car. I just felt so stupid. And I was just so out of it. I had to go back in. He had to take down all my information. And he said, all right, well, do you want to use your insurance for this or blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, we have to go through the insurance company for this? I was honestly thinking, like, why? And so then he goes, oh, or you can just pay cash if you want to replace. I was like, I want to pay cash. And it just so happened that I don't want to say it was meant to be, but I had a cash that Glenn gave me for his part of the rent when we were renting a house before. And I just happened to have all the cash on me because I was going to my P.O. box where there's a bank there and all that. And I was like, damn, I got the cash. So I just paid cash. And he told me, all right, well, that's it. And I was like, so anything else? He's like, no, that's it. You know, it was kind of quick, but I was so embarrassed. And I told him, I'm so sorry. Like, he's like, it's okay. He's like, you know what? He said, you would be surprised how often this actually happens. I was like, oh. So, yeah, I had to pay a fee. And I was dying. So now, Maybelline Superstay, because I always use this. And so now, whenever, I didn't carve out my brows this time. I didn't feel like it. They look good enough like that. So now, whenever I pump gas, I literally get like butterflies, anxiety right before I drive off where I'm like constantly looking back. Like I cannot, even though I know I put the nozzle back, you guys, oh my gosh, I hate it. Like it doesn't matter. I will literally talk to myself like, all right, girl, you got this. You put the nozzle back. You're fine. Just drive off. I can't drive off without looking back like minimum twice. I have to just look back once and like I kind of drive a little slow and I look back again. That's how freaking traumatized I am. So I hate it because whenever I pump gas, I get like this rush of like anxiety and I'm like, oh my gosh, don't do that again. And sometimes I'm still looking at it, I'm like, and it just depends. Like some days I react more than others. I just feel so stupid. Hopefully now that I got that off my chest, because I honestly feel so stupid for driving off with that. Have you guys ever done that? And then telling the guy, hey, I yanked out the nozzle. Like who even does that? Hi, me. So just bronze my face with the Jouer bronzer. Love this one. This one's in the medium to deep duo. One of my favorites, super, super easy to apply. I have this e.l.f. Duo. Now I just used this in my smoky eye tutorial, but I only used Spice Apple, so I want to try this one. This one's in the shade Pomegranate. That Spice Apple impressed me so much that I think that this is such a good product. So if you guys haven't tried these little bite-sized duos, I highly recommend trying them out. Very, very good product. I'm going to use a Duo Fiber. Smaller one right here just because it has a smaller, you know, little area. And we're going to try this blush out. You guys know I've been all about cream blush. But let's try this one. I like how it's not like overly pigmented. I like blushes that you basically have to just build up. And I'm using a Duo Fiber, so it's not like concentrating the product too much. So it just kind of like softly airbrushes it on. But yeah, I wanted this one so it kind of ties in with the eye. This one's in the shade Pomegranate. Have you guys ever had anything embarrassing to you happen? Leave it in the comments down below. I think we'll all get like a kick from embarrassing stories. I'm just gonna blend everything out. I'm using the Sigma Soft Blend. I've been really enjoying this one. I love the tapered one, the one that I use to set my under eyes with translucent. This will be a forever like tried and true holy grail brush for underneath the eye and also highlight. But for highlight, I've been kind of going to this bad boy right here and I've been really enjoying it. So here's the highlight right here. Let's see how this one works out. Let's kind of sweep it. Yeah, it's really pretty. This is such a good product. This performs just so well. And it's $3 freaking bucks. Whenever I have a cold sore, I basically just will do like a liquid lipstick. I don't apply it directly to my lips. I'll place it on my hand and then I'll just pat it from there. So I went ahead and grabbed MAC's Burnt Spice. Now I remember really liking this and I want to see if I still like it. So it's like a nice nude, but a good fall nude. You guys can see that one right there. In my last video, I had a dark lip and all of you guys are so sweet saying yes. You love the dark lip. Gloss over. This is the new Maybelline Lifter Gloss. Again, an awesome freaking gloss. I really haven't been wearing like lip products because of my cold sore. I just wanted to heal. But for the video, setting spray. This is the It Cosmetics one. I used it only once or twice. I don't know if I like it. I need to figure out if I like it or not. Your Skin But Better setting spray, and it has hyaluronic acid and coconut water and aloe vera extract. It says 16-hour makeup wear. I just can't wait till it starts getting a little bit more cold because in California, I know on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's going to be in the 90s. I think on Monday, it's going to hit past 100 or Tuesday. So how can I get into the fall spirit? It's been a little bit difficult, but I'm excited for it. I can't wait till it starts hitting 70 and below. The other day it was 68 and I was like, jacket time. All right, guys, well, here's my final look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. You guys got a good laugh on my embarrassing moments. All right, guys, well, that is it for today's video. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the support. I'd really appreciate if you guys go check out my previous videos, and I'll see you beautiful pineapples in the next one. Mwah!